Hey folks, I have an even cooler experiment, and that is, so to recap, we're doing a series here exploring how we can build ELT pipelines with LLMs. I'm gonna talk about DLT because I work at DLT, but it's generally applicable, so you can build, I don't know, Meltano or whatever you want. Look, so last time I was talking about the problem, and the problem is creating pipelines is easy. What is hard is getting the right information on how to do it. So what I mean is you have stuff in documentation like these are the endpoints, this is how you authenticate and so on. And then there's information that doesn't exist in documentation, like how do I incrementally load from this endpoint? What is the primary key? This kind of stuff is, let's say, the mapping that the senior data engineer will infer by collecting business requirements, by understanding the entity, by looking at the data that is available and taking decisions. So this means that creating AI like LLM generated pipelines from scratch is a very hard problem because you don't have the information, so LLMs will hallucinate. But taking an existing pipeline that is really crappy and converting it into a really good one should work really well because all the information should be there. So let me show you what I tried. So I have here a folder from an 8-year-old project. So I have an 8-year-old script, no joke. So company Pipedrive API calls. So this is from Pipedrive. As you can see, this I just copied this from an old project. So this is Airflow Basehook. Like I said, it's 8-year-old code. Don't think about it too much. Getting Pipedrive deals, companies, and whatever. Then we have partner Pipedrive where we're getting the partner API keys. Then we have a data contract where we're actually checking referential integrity. So basically, if Pipedrive companies are in the backend, so think about it, guys, 8-year-old data contract. And then we have, and the data contract, like if something is wrong, it basically notified the people who maintain Pipedrive so they can do the mapping properly. So it's really like, going to the production team, to the team that is creating the mapping, the information. Okay, and finally, we also have README here with some information and okay, and then we look, and then this is some weird Zendesk code. I'm not sure why it's here. But anyway, let's take a look what I tried. And again, this actually worked from the first try. So I'm quite mind blown. So I said to the LLM, please look into the Pipedrive folder and describe the sources you see there and what they contain or use cases. It didn't find a folder, so I told it it's called Pipedrive _ 8 years ... Then it found it and it describes what it finds. Something about company Pipedrive, partner Pipedrive, data contract, and Zendesk API. It actually understood what this is, so quite nice. Basically, I can just copy paste this into the README as documentation now. I have proper documentation. Because I'm changing the code now, but then it says it can create, so I asked to create separate REST API sources, one for Zendesk and one for Pipedrive. So then it did that. And basically then I went and tried to run it and I got an error. And I tried to just give it the error and the context and I pressed send and I thought nothing is happening or like something is breaking. So then I corrected my prompt, but it turns out I wasn't actually sending anything. So this is why nothing was happening. So it was just my misunderstanding. So I told it to look in the stack trace and it fixed the error. Basically, it was something about how it was reading secrets. Then I tried to run the pipeline and it told me it doesn't have credentials. So I went and I created a Pipedrive API key. Like I don't use it, but I created a test account just for this to see if I can run it. And then it told me to put my key in this file. It didn't exist, so I told it, can you please create it? And it did. So then I pasted my key in there and I just ran the Pipedrive source, and as you can see, it runs. So let's look at it, what it did. I already had a look. Basically, it's correct. It did the feature extraction correctly. We have all the endpoints. We have the pagination is correct. The incremental loading is correct. So like, wow, I'm honestly so impressed because we turned my 8-year-old trash code. I mean, it was, best effort at the time. It wasn't too bad, but it definitely wasn't as good as it could be. Um, and this is like the simplest it could be, very well documented. Like you can understand exactly how everything works. Anyone can work with it. So I'm literally so impressed and mind blown. And it's the same for the Zendesk source. So basically, like, yeah, it's doing proper incremental loading and everything. Of course, the information is there in the source code, but now we have actual clean code that anyone can maintain. I can change the destination to iceberg, and I can just like slap the state line to iceberg, and I have the most, state-of-the-art data stack. So I'll continue my experiments in other configurations to kind of push the boundaries of what's possible. So stay tuned for anything new. If you have any ideas to pitch, just write me on Slack.